What's up? We're back. Alright, casting more replays from the previous patch. We got Honeyed on the Beastmen versus Butcherbird on the Wood Elves. Wood Elves coming in with, it looks like a bunch of cavalry kite, even the Hawkeyes of Jakira, some sort of Spellweaver, a Waystalker, 3 Eternal Guards with Spears, 1 Dryad. What sort of mage is it? It's a Beast Mage. Looks like we have Amber Spear and Curse of Onrear. Nice. On the side of Honey Nut, we have Eye of Morsleep, a bunch of Spearmen scattered around with Ungor Raiders. We have some Gore Herds with more Ungor Raiders. So a lot of chaff. Holy crap, that's a lot of infantry. We have 4 Centaurs. All of them are just regular. We have a Bray Shaman of Wilds with Traderkin and Viletide, it looks like. And Morgo the Shadowgave with his Spawn Summons. Good stuff, good stuff. I worry the Eye of Morsleep is going to get sniped out by the mix of a Waystalker and some Hawkeyes of Jakira. Though the Beastmen have plenty of archers to deal with skirmish calves, we might be in for a bit of a long phase here. Just going to hit fast forward for a little bit. Is the Eye of Morsleep going to throw at anything? Looks like he's trying to get into range. He's having a bit of trouble. What's he going to huck that at? Let's follow. Wee-hoo! And it barely misses, actually. Wow, that was close. The Hawkeyes are trying to find their marks on some Centaurs, but Honey Nut's actually dodging pretty well. And it looks like Butcherbird's just trying to not waste too much ammo without getting any guaranteed hits. Ooh, another rock comes down, this time actually hitting the Hawkeyes and taking out a couple models. It looks like 7. That's a good rock. Hitting 7 Waywatchers and killing them is nice. Waystalkers are poking into Centaurs. That's not the worst use of ammunition. Centaurs can try to catch the skirmish cav and that sort of thing. But might want to save that ammunition for the Cygor. Maybe I think there's other things to do with the Cygor. Centaurs aren't cheap either. Just worried, because while they aren't cheap, you're also not guaranteeing you're going to hit them. They're very fast. Some of the other skirmish cav of the Wood Elves has gotten a little bit involved from the trees. They are going to fire out. Looks like they're also trying to hit the Centaurs. And these poor Centaurs are just having to dodge everything. But they are dodging very effectively. The Wood Elves have used a lot of ammunition for not a lot of game. A little more skirmishing. I'll just go on double fast forward for now. And finally, the Hawkeyes get 1 really solid volley onto the Centaurs, almost kill them. Amber Spear comes down. Another solid volley from the Hawkeyes gets on top of these Centaurs. Wild Riders will charge out from the trees and murder the shit out of some Centaurs. Now rear charged by Spellweaver of Beasts. Curse of Onrear coming down, making them even worse in combat. And it looks like the Wood Elves have a big victory over there as the Beastmen overcommit into this trap. And that was well played. The Bray Shaman of Wilds is not on any sort of mount, so he is stuck on foot fighting all these Wild Riders. He will die, and that is a big loss for the Beastmen at this point in the game. These Gore Herds with shields, some of them are getting their shield effects because of the weird angle the arrows are coming in there, but all the arrows from here are getting past their shields. So that is no good. The Bray Shaman of Wilds is probably going to break here after getting shot in the back and rear charged by an eagle. And with the Wood Elf build being almost entirely mobile, I doubt we will be seeing the likes of him again. Back to a little bit more skirmishing. The Wood Elves are just going to try to kite this out, do some damage to some Gore Herds. I lied, because apparently this Bray Shaman of Wilds did manage to rally. He ran back towards his own troops rather than off the map. Good for him. Centaurs get collapsed on by Wild Riders with shields and Glade Riders. Other Centaurs pile in to try and bail out their buddies, but they'll probably get beaten up. They're very injured already. Hawkeyes of Jakira do get caught by some Gore Herds with shields. A little bit of missed micro there, but they should be easily helped and maybe even positively traded on with all these cav coming in. Take out those Gore Herds. Waystalker's almost out of ammunition. Hawkeyes are down to about 1/3. It looks like a Traderkin upgraded is coming in. That'll do a lot of damage to the Wood Elves. And the Wood Elves still have this infantry box over here they're not even using. So that's pretty interesting. Wild Hunters of Kurnos are trying to get on top of the Bray Shaman of Wilds, and ooh, a beautiful volley coming in from the Waystalkers, and an Amber Spear will take out that man and make sure there is no more Beastman magic left. Wood Elf skirmish cav just sitting in the trees, having the time of their life. These Gore Herds are very insistent on getting on top of the Hawkeyes of Jakira, but it doesn't look like they'll catch them today, and a smoke bomb even slows them by 60%. Other cav are running over. I have Morsleep still throwing in. He's trying to really catch some things, but it looks like he's having a tough time making connections. Wood Elf Skirmish Cav is now going to try to get involved, maybe pick off an archer or two, but it looks like the archers will pull back, and these previously stalking spearmen will reveal their presence, pushing the Wood Elves off. Balance power is still very even because the Wood Elves have lost some elite cav and more elite ammunition, while the Beastmen have just lost bodies in their casters and nothing that matters. Double speed for a bit. I have more sleep still shooting into Wild Riders. Looks like Glade Riders' spears overextend a little bit just to get some Centaur poke, but they do pull away just fine. Hawkeyes of Chikira are going to pull in, just get some nice damage on the Eye of More Sleep. Do what they can for now. Yeah, some Ungor Raiders are trading back. Beastmen are trying to run into the woods and chase off the Wood Elves. But the Wood Elves being Wood Elves will just kite them into infinity. Chaos Spawn pop up from one of the two summons that Morgur has, and they will get kited. Hawkeyes of Chikira just turn their ammunition off. They're just going to wait out the summon time. And they are fulfilling the attacking rule by, on the flanks, using their Glade Riders with Hagbane tips. And just a bunch more Wood Elf kiting. Beastmen are not enjoying this at all. They're running out of ammunition on any of their long-range piece units. And their archers are just having a tough time getting in range of anything. Looks like I Have More Sleep's going to throw out some infantry for a little bit, just trying to get some value as all the Wood Elf forces are now in the trees. Little bit more skirmishing. Hawkeyes of Chikira fulfilling the attacking rule whenever the Wood Elves want to pull back for some reason. Glade Riders moving in whenever the Wood Elves don't want the Hawkeyes to be shooting. A little bit of hot potato here. If I was casting this game, that would be quite miserable, but I'm going to just hit the fast forward button. More hemming and hawing. More hemming and hawing. Wood Elves are just barely trying to skirmish. They're trying to fulfill the attacking rule without really committing to anything. Waste some ammo, finish off the Eye of More Sleep. Get rid of that net, because he does have a special ability that's a net. Ungor Raiders are trying to poke out, but there's just so much going on, and there's a lot of non-attacking rule happening here. That's pretty great. Hidden foes are being discovered. It looks like the Beastmen will now start to advance towards the infantry box, and they will get cycle charged on their sides a little bit by these out-of-ammunition skirmish cav. That doesn't matter too much. This Waystalker will go balls deep with no ammunition just to try and muck up some units. Maybe for a nice Amber Spear from the Spellweaver of Beasts. Who knows? Cav are getting involved, and the Beastmen box is broken up a little bit, so there's not a ton to defend these archers. If the Beastmen... if the Wood Elves can weave their way through, that could be very good for them. Bounce power is still dead even. We've gone 20 minutes into this game. That looks like a Curse Upon Rear coming down from the Wood Elves. Probably going to nerf all of these units. Less speed for you, less stats for you. And as we said, these Glade Riders do get in. They do get on top of the archers and rout off all three of them very quickly, it looks like. And that will be quite bad for the Beastmen. Their bump and grind ability is not ideal with all these chaff units. We can see them constantly breaking. Though they are pulling ahead on the balance power just by raw numbers. The Wood Elves are not really built for this stand and fight either. Eternal Guard are trying to fight. And what is this now? Is this another curse? Good lord, another Curse of On Rear coming in, nerfing the Beastmen stats yet again. Wood Elves try to come in for some rear charges. They will break off some random chaff. And the second Chaos Spawn summon finally comes in, takes a ton of damage off the cuff against these Eternal Guards with spears. But still good damage. Still good to get him on a unit. Even the Spellweaver Beast getting involved. I mean, there's probably not a lot of Winds of Magic left, as she knows she has to get her value in melee. The Beastmen are going to all be breaking off except for Morgur very soon here, and they will probably be chased to their death. You can see they're all just getting picked off. Quickly balance power switches against the Beastmen, and Morgur will run and die. That was a lot. Pretty good value on all the Wood Elf units, it looks like. Glade Riders' spears struggled, but they were mostly just blockers. All the Hunters did okay. Glade Riders did fine. Beastmen just stood around, waited out the ammunition. Tried their best. Yeah, they had a tough time. I Have More Sleep did okay. That was a long one. Tomb Kings versus Lizardmen. Cyrus versus Stefan 05 Rovera. Alright. Let's do it. Arc in the Black, a crap ton of skeletons, some Nakar warriors, 2 skeleton chariots, 2 skeleton horse archers, Ushabti Great Bow, one is the ROR, and the Sepulchral Stalkers ROR, the Eyes of the Desert. Good stuff, solid army. You love to see it. On the other side, we have a Skink Chief in the sky, Ripper Dactyls as well, Red Crested Skinks, Saurus Spears, one of which is the Legion of Chaqua, and some Skinks, Gorok with a Skink Oracle and a Bastildon with the Ark of Sotek. And on the far side, 2 Chameleon Stalkers. Alright. Alright. Ranged advantage in general just goes to the Tomb Kings. They have a really solid ranged core. And that also means they don't really want to move up to that hill. They're going to try to skirmish to fulfill the attacking rules and try to hold their ground. They don't want to get in a situation where the ranged units have to stand here and the fight's happening like here and they can't see. So it looks like Cyrus is just going to hold his ground and try to not move for as long as possible. He is getting some nice free shots on the Ripper Dactyls, some good kiting here on the Red Crested Skinks who do not have shields. Now on the far side, the Chameleon Stalkers are starting to get involved, throwing their little grenades, kind of blowing the shit out of these skeleton warriors, but this is a little over-aggressive. There's no support around for them at all, and now chariots will get on top of them, killing them very quickly. They are trying to shut down the Chosen of the Gods, but I don't think their grenades will do enough damage just yet. And their combat stats are pretty piss poor. So with 2 sets of chariots and a Nehekar horseman on them, Cyrus is going to shut down these units very quickly. Skirmish Cav still poking Red Crested Skinks. Doing well there, but the Lizardmen advance has come in force. So what these Chameleon Stalkers did accomplish is trying to stop the Ushabti Great Bows from just deleting the Skink Oracle and Bastillon Solar. Oh, the Ark of Sotek, my bad. From deleting the big dinosaurs on the advance. But now both Ushabti Great Bows are firing. Sepulchral Stalkers are firing as well. Now they are actually getting beat up by these little skinks quite a bit, and the Skink Oracle is dealing with them quite effectively. But the Skeleton Warriors are summoned on top of the Skink Oracle, who will has to cast some healing on himself and run. Ripper Dactyls are coming back here. I think I saw Dr. Jellyfish doing this in one of my tournaments, and it was interesting, but they get on top of the Chosen of the Gods. They will be quickly zoned off by Nakar horsemen and chariots, and I don't think it ends up being a worthwhile trade. It can be, though, if Cyrus does forget that they are here, but yeah, we can see he does not. Nakar horsemen are going to pile into the back, do a lot of damage to them, and rout off a very significant unit. Sepulchral Stalkers are sitting on the side trying to get some damage in on Gorok and this Ark of Sotek. Probably shoot the Ark of Sotek, you can just see it a little easier. Where did the Skink Oracle go? He is in the back trying to get some shots off now that he is safe. And the Ripper Riders, as we mentioned, are zoned off. Skeleton Horse Archers, Ushabti Great Bows, and the Chosen of the Gods are all fine, and we'll get back to shooting. Gorok's already missing a lot of health, actually. It looks like he's been getting Spirit Leeched and shot. From the side of the Tomb Kings, Stone with the Ark of Sotek, doing relatively fine. The Skink Oracle has actually taken a lot of damage. Skink Chief doesn't sense a lot of danger and is just going to hover over this formation and shoot whatever he wants to, though it looks like currently he is shooting Skeleton Spearmen, which is not an ideal target for him. Earthblood upgraded. That's why the Skink Oracle pulled in here. He wanted to hit a lot of key targets at once, but this will put him in danger. He's taking some shots from the Eyes of the Desert. He's taking shots from the Chosen of the Gods. And with the way this is positioned, it looks like if anything misses the Skink Oracle, it has a good shot of hitting Gorok or the Bastillon with the Ark of Sotek. There's a lot of collateral damage happening here. And we can see the Skink Oracle just gets chunked. And if that unit doesn't come back, that's your caster, and there's like a 2,000 plus gold dinosaur that's not coming back either. As the Desert do get caught up in the cohort of Sotek and Gorok, but they have done their job, they have done what they needed to, and they're maybe okay with dying. I mean, pulling them back would be ideal, but if they die, they die. It's fine. Skink Oracle is getting thoroughly chased off by all those arrows, taking so much damage. His healing cap is well within sight. Even if he comes back, he can't heal up that much, but he won't be coming back because he's shattered. Skeleton Horse Archer is going to poke up at the Skink Chief. Someone's actually going to acknowledge his existence for a little bit, and he has been poking the Ark in the Black down this entire time. Arkin's not enjoying that a whole lot. More chaff is running up to deal with the Skinks and Saurus, and this is looking pretty bleak. Skink Chief in the sky only has 2,400 health. I wouldn't hate seeing a Spirit Leech or 2 on him, but it looks like another one will be used on Gorok. Also a great choice. There isn't a ton that can do a lot of great damage to him. Ushabti Great Bows can have a hard time hitting him. And ow, the Chosen of the Gods just tearing into that little Skink Chief up there. He's taking a lot of damage. Good lord, he took like 1,000 damage in that brief amount of time. He will dive down and try to get into melee, but his melee stats aren't incredible. Neither are the Ushabti, but it's kind of two wet noodles hitting each other. Ark of Sotek is fighting valiantly in the distance. Some Saurus are trying to grind through all this, but there's just so much left for the Tomb Kings. Maybe the Skink Chief can somehow 1v8 the Chosen of the Gods. Maybe they can turn this around, but if those guys get back online and firing, they're just going to take out so much stuff. See, the Ark of Sotek's already getting shot down by his great bows. And yeah, the Skink Chief is going to break, even rear charged by some Nekara horsemen. And with that, it's pretty much just 2 Saurus and Gorok. Everything else is pretty dead. Imagine we'll see some more Spirit Leeches on Gorok. There's one. There's another. And he will break while being Spirit Leeched for a 3rd time. Alright. Now it's down to some Saurus. Can they really grind through all this? I don't think so, especially with Ark in the Black running around. You have some Mushapti with, barely any ammo, but they're able to just pierce off anything that could be a threat. Nekar horsemen are running around chasing Gorok off, and once he actually routs, their leadership will tank, and we can see a victory comes in for the Tomb Kings and Cyrus. Ark in the Black got great value. Chaff did chaff stuff. Died for the Horned Rat. One Nekar horseman got a lot of value, the other one struggled. Chariots struggled to get their value back, but they did okay. Skeleton Horse Archers did well, considering what they're used for, and the Ushapti did excellently. For the other side, Skink Chief did fine, Gorok did fine. Skink Oracle didn't pay for itself quite, but it was focused pretty hard. And the Legion of Chakwa did great. So the Ark of Sotek did okay. It didn't quite pay for itself, but did okay. Still pretty good. Alright, for the 3rd game of this replay, we will do Eltharion 5k value. From Sal by the Greenskins and F&G with Yvresse. Oh boy. What are we getting into here? We have Eltharion, 2 Spearmen, 4 Rangers, 2 White Lions, 2 Eltharion Reavers, 2 Shadow Warriors, 2 Silver Helms, 1 Shielded, 1 Not. For Sal, we have a Goblin Great Shaman. I imagine he's on his Spider. Yep. Goblin Great Shaman on his Spider, front line of Goblins, secondary line of Black Orcs. It looks like we have some nasty Skulkers along with Goblin Archers, the Rusty Arrows, and more nasty Skulkers. 2 Orc Boy Biggins, and 2 Doom Diver Catapults. Interesting build here. What do we have on the Great Shaman? Itchy Nuisance and Vindictive Glare. It's pretty good. For Eltharion, we just have Apotheosis and the Phoenix thing. Fiery Convocation. That's it. That's it. Looks like the Doom Dives are going after some of this Cav. Very good choice. They do high single target damage and they're kind of homing, but they don't really take out infantry that well, so that's a good choice. The Elven infantry will tear through the goblins. It will struggle really hard against Black Orcs. And with all these archers, even the cheap ones like goblins can get a lot of damage onto rangers. Rangers have 30 armor, or 0 if they're nerfed by something. The Rusty Arrows have armor sundering, that's probably why. So goblins can get good damage even against just basic rangers. Now rangers eat goblins alive, but we can see Black Orcs are piling in. Now there is a Fiery Convocation that could maybe do some good damage. I want to see that. On the back we have some cavalry coming in, but ooh, beautiful cast. Hits some extra goblins too. Hits a little bit of his own rangers, but definitely a worthwhile cast. Gets rid of 2 goblins and a Black Orc all in one go. Now there is a big Cav overload in the back. We have some Eltharion Reavers. We have some Silver Helms and Lions trying to get involved. 1 Silver Helm does get caught up on nasty Skulkers. It will take a lot of damage for its trouble, along with the Orc Boar Biggins. But now with Lions supporting, it looks like the High Elves are turning that engagement around a little bit. Lions are now getting on top of Goblin Archers, and they will rout them off very quickly. They're big, scary, terrifying monsters, and Goblin Archers are pathetic combatants. Nasty Skulkers have been routed off by the Silver Helms and Lion combos. Then the Lions are pulled back because the Orc Boar Boy Biggins might actually just start doing some good damage to them. And other Silver Helms are sent in their stead. Eltharion Reavers are losing terribly to Orc Boar Biggins, but it looks like the Doom Diver Catapults are shut down by this other Eltharion Reavers. So the High Elves just abusing their mobile advantage and getting where they want to go, not really caring if they win every single fight or not. Eltharion the Grim is going to rear charge to Rusty Arrows and break them off very quickly. And Shadow Warriors, who I've forgotten about this entire time, are apparently on the side and firing down to this area. The central corridor of strength for the Greenskins is collapsing, leaving only the Black Orcs and Goblin Great Shaman really to carry the flag for them, with both Doom Divers being shut down and a lot of their cav. They have one Orc Boar Biggin. Other than that, it's just an infantry grind. Now, that being said, the High Elves have paid a heavy price for their brief superiority. We see some Rangers have been extremely tattered. A lot of the cav has been very, very tattered from their charges. Effective though they may be, they paid the price for them. And the Shadow Warriors are running out of ammunition. I guess they have half. They're fine. Balance power is quite even. Eltharion will side charge the Rusty Arrows, breaking them, and lending some nice support to these Rangers, but there's a full health unit of Black Orcs there that neither he nor the Rangers really want to fight. This Goblin Great Shaman has been left entirely alone. Full health. He's living his best life. He doesn't give a shit. Those weird arrows of Eltharion come down, try to do some damage to the Black Orcs, but they will start trading back on him pretty effectively. Eltharion's not going to want to stay there for too long. Shadow Warriors are currently getting charged by Orc Boar Biggins. That's not ideal for them. They're going to take a lot of damage here. Other than that, what do we have? Not a lot for the Greenskins. One full health unit of Black Orcs, a full health Goblin Great Shaman, and a half health unit of Orc Boar Biggins that are on top of Shadow Warriors doing very well. We have another fiery convocation coming down, and it will nuke some of the Rangers. And it might tickle some Rangers over there, but the Black Orcs did dodge it. Eltharion comes in to bail out the Shadow Warriors, who are decent combatants, so they didn't immediately die to those Orc Boar Boy Biggins. They take a lot of damage from Eltharion and the Shadow Warriors, but they do manage to get on top of one unit before Eltharion himself is picked on by the Goblin Great Shaman. And he is getting work done. He is not enjoying this one whatsoever, and he should probably run. High Elves are rallying on the far side, just trying to bring some chaff to this fight, but man, they are tattered. They are beaten down. And neither side really has a lot left in the tank. Full health Lord and a full health Elite Infantry versus a bunch of tattered nonsense, and that's pretty much the game at this point. Black Orcs are going to slowly chase some Shadow Warriors. They're going to get kited, as they do. And it looks like the Goblin Great Shaman is going to split up from his Black Orcs. A risky choice considering how low his leadership is as a Lord. I mean, it's 55 base and it keeps fluctuating wildly here. Probably wanted to stay next to his Black Orcs. Wherever Eltharion is... Alright, he's chasing off some stuff, but he's probably saving up some healing for himself. He has cast 2 Fire Convocations, so that will be a drain on his mana pool. But Apotheosis isn't the most expensive spell in the world. The Rusty Arrows are getting shot by Shadow Warriors who, while they're running away, with how little ammunition the Shadow Warriors have left, probably just want to use it on the Black Orcs. But it looks like even though they're getting shot, the Rusty Arrows do rally, so that'll immediately break them. Not a bad play there. Don't really want their poking poison armor sundering fire coming in. But Shadow Warriors do get collapsed on the back by these Black Orcs. That will be a little tragic. Eltharion's trying to run away, stay away from this Goblin Great Shaman, who probably has another Vindictive Glare to throw at him, and he definitely doesn't want to die to that. Black Orcs get attacked in the back by War Lions, who actually do a lot of damage if you consider that. They're down to like half health. That was quite a bit. Goblin Great Shaman is turning away from Eltharion the Grim, decided they can't catch him, and they will try to come back and support these Black Orcs. Shadow Warriors are kiting away as best they can, trying to do some damage on the Black Orcs, who do get rear charged by some more War Lions, who, when the War Lions can stand and fight those Black Orcs, they actually do a lot of damage. Eltharion's taking the long way around, just wants to heal himself up without taking any overcast of Vindictive Glares. That might take him out. A rear charge coming in from the War Lions, doing so much damage to these Black Orcs. Holy crap. 91 kills on those bad boys. And these Black Orcs are not long for this world. Though the Greenskins are in the balance power advantage at this moment, I think that's a little overzealous considering how low leadership Goblin Shamans can have, and he doesn't have the Crown of Command to make him unbreakable. Black Orcs are trying to fight against these War Lions, but they might break soon. Looks like an itchy nuisance coming down to try and support them. And it will, just buying these guys some time. They are going to run back and fight some Shadow Warriors and Rangers, but getting side charged by War Lions, and their health is so low, I think they will be breaking in a matter of moments. Goblin Great Shaman is trying to come in and support. Can anything kill the Great Shaman? Probably not, but I think they could break him. Breaking him is more important than killing him at this point. Black Orcs hanging in there. Eltharions slowly trying to come back to this fight. Slowly, slowly. Spearmen are going to surround the Goblin Great Shaman. They take some damage on the advance, but not a ton. Goblin Great Shaman's taking a lot too. War Lions are going to finish off these Black Orcs. That'll leave us just with the Shaman, who I believe will probably get cycle charged by Eltharion at some point. Or just surrounded and his leadership lowered. Itchy Nuisance comes in along with a Vindictive Glare poke on Eltharion the Grim. He does take a massive shot in the face, and he does not have the Fang Sword to give him physical resist or that item that will, is it like Crown of Your Rest or something? That makes him unkillable. So he does take a lot of damage, and that Goblin Shaman is fighting right back at him. I'm actually kind of surprised it didn't break him there. Did a lot of damage, but didn't break him. He's sitting at 0, but he is rallying. War Lions are poking it in the back. Eltharion's even going to charge it in the face once more. Not afraid of what might happen to him if he might die. And now he's very afraid. He's running. Does he get hit in the back? Not quite. Is there another Vindictive Glare in the pocket that could snipe him out? I don't know if that matters at this point, because you are getting poked in the back by War Lions and Spearmen. Your leadership is really low. Is Vindictive Glare coming? It does hit him and kill him. Does that lower the leadership of the High Elves enough? We will see. War Lions should probably just pull out. They need to charge back in later. Oh, they're terrified, so they can't be controlled anymore. They are running. Definitely wanted to cycle charge them with some Shadow Warriors around. Rangers are just trying to fight this Goblin Great Shaman. Shadow Warriors are coming in on the rear, and if those Lions can rally and come back, they'll do enough damage to seal the deal on this, I think. It looks like they're sitting back. Ah, valiant defeat. They were trying to get their vigor back up, but it's too late for them. Eltharion got 1600 value. Spearmen, Rangers, did fine. They got chopped up by Black Orcs a little bit. One of the White Lions did great. War Lions did great. Land Reavers did well. Shadow Warriors did fine. Silver Helms struggled a bit, but did their job. 5,000 value on the Goblin Great Shaman. Good to the Lord. Skulkers did okay. Black Orcs, well, one of them did well. The other one struggled. One of the Orc Boarboy Biggins did well. Doom Divers struggled. Alright.